Oh. No. Oh, I didn't. Bit of a rough start, but keep moving forward. Okay, we had a bad city, but we made it up in resort already. Red dot. The red dot saved the day. Even at level 4, sometimes red dot will still happen. That was a much better reflection. No. Oh, I missed my button. No. A rough one there. Oh, God. I messed up on that corner kick last run too. Ooh, not kind of. Okay, still an improvement. Bit of a rough summit, but still brought it down a little bit. 16 deaths? Didn't have more deaths? But I was going faster somehow? Shocker. You know, it can be rough. You can have a good pacer and then it all falls apart in summit, right? That's a very natural thing to happen. If you have confidence in your strats, you just gotta keep pushing forward, right? And like sometimes you have some trouble in some areas and then you go review what the trouble areas were. It's like almost all my full game strats, but I took out a few things. Obviously I'm not doing 6B. I'm not going top route there, stuff like that. So, red dot. No DCB in the habits. That's one of the most anti-habit strats, so I definitely did not include it. I mean, even Lake Skip is more instructive than DCB because I think it teaches about dash attack leniency. Oh, I didn't jump. Oh. Oh. Wow, okay. Oof, a little rough there. Just a couple of critical errors. But that was just missed execution. Not so much as not knowing what I'm doing. What? I messed this up quite a few times now. No. Get me up. I forgot how to do flag 12. Somehow I lost my touch. Definitely something I want to go back and visit just for a sec. Because that's like a few runs now where I just was like a little bit short on the neutral. I think I was just rushing. Okay, I'm just gonna run it again. I finally hit that in habits, the fast setup for spike jump. No. Oh. No. No, same mistake. Flag 12 strikes again. Clearly I practiced in isolation, but somehow it didn't translate. Interesting. Even though the flag 12 another oil check. Of all things to break, it's flag 12. Who knew? But that's just the thing. Any strat, any room, anything can break at any time. You never know what's gonna strike next. Let's practice from a little further back, perhaps. I just need to slow down. That's sometimes you just need to slow down before you can speed up. Oh, no. Oh. I'm not sure what happened in the start of the demo room. I kind of blinked and I died. This little anomaly, perhaps? That's twice I messed up in the last snowball room. At the very beginning, like somehow the movement just went wrong. Noticing patterns in your mistakes? Not the same thing? No. Dude. Well, holding down for too long. Dude, I made the same mistake again? Okay. I think that's a pretty clear pattern. I do not usually do 6A. But in the habits, we're not playing 6B. Oh. No. There we go. The times are all clustered around this high 28 range. Okay, the Mixmaster 2 and 3. Definitely need to take another look at that one. There was 2 runs in a row in both rooms. I made the exact same mistake. It's crazy. I just wasn't holding grab on the on the ultras. No. Okay, wait. I need to probably just need to slow down. Okay, so how I approached doing runs balanced with learning new strats. So what I did is usually like I'll start with whatever strats that I have. At first, I just did a run and then just add a few strats and then work that in, do some runs, add a few strats, do some runs. And usually I have like a list. I have a list of things I want to work on. I try not to let the list get too big, right? Once I feel saturated, absorbed as much as I could, and it's like, okay, stop. Let's take what we know and then actually make sure we actually learned it. Not just like doing it in checkpoint or in a room, but actually in the whole full game setting. It's like, okay, let's just do some runs. Like, I know there's more strats I can learn, there's more time save that could be had, but let's just focus on what I know right now, and let's just add a few things, and then go. And then it just repeats over and over and over again. For me, I try to not learn too many new things at once, because then you just get overwhelmed, you don't make any progress, you get stuck in IL purgatory, and you kind of just go nowhere. So it's nice to like just work on a few things at once, and then from there just do runs. And then, okay, you do some runs, make sure the things you learn, you actually learn them, and then you're not just coping. And then it's okay, we actually learned that. And sometimes, you know, you learn some new things, or you think you learned them, and you do the runs and they don't work. And you know, it's a little bit back and forth. You have to like try to figure out, okay, do I want to keep practicing this, try to fix this? Or maybe this is like, I'm not ready for this yet. And you know, that's sort of a conversation you have to have with yourself. And everyone approaches the game differently. I'm not going to say you have to do this or you have to do that. I think there's a lot of value in just picking up a few things at once and then not trying to bite more than you can chew. And you know, everyone, the most important thing is, you know, you got to enjoy what you do. It really just depends on your personality, how you like to approach the game, right? It's like, oh, okay, I want to just learn a few things and then solidify that. right? And then boom, that's now rock solid. Or maybe it's like, a lot of the times I think of it as like an oil check, right? It's like, okay, I picked up a strat, or I'm learning a strat, and then it's like, okay, did I actually learn it? Or was I just like safe state syndroming, like practicing it in 3 rooms, and I was okay in 3 rooms, but not in the full game setting, right? So it's always important to actually play the full game. If you mean to play full game, you gotta play the full game. You can't just sit here and playing rooms, checkpoints, segments. At some point, you gotta say, hey, okay, let's pick up what we know, right? It's like you have this whole baggage, then let's send it through security, make sure everything's legit. And if maybe you put too many things at once and like it doesn't fit, and like, oh no, okay, wait, let's take a step back, try to digest things in smaller chunks. Hey, you can do 5A for as long as you want, man. Don't let anyone tell you that you have to play 5B. If you look at the Habits series, I played 5A for a while. I think that's all I'll say. I played 5A for a very long time. That's right, 5A is the better level anyway. No, not the thing. Let's see, that's beyond the Habits, what just happened there. As far as Habits goes, what just happened was RNG. Might need to check this room as well. Yeah, that last snowball room I've messed up like 3 times in a row, I think. And it's always like right at the start. Somehow something at the very beginning is I'm getting thrown off. Definitely add that to the list of things I need to look at. Oh no, shoot. Yeah, I didn't neutral Theo, yay. It happened twice now where I went over the platform. Okay, just a mental reminder, I still need to look at the last snowball room in Cliff Face. Okay. What? No. Okay, so this run missed Bub's drop, but I'm not actually concerned about it because it just happened once. If it happens again, I might be more concerned, but I missed Bub's drop once, and it's, you know what, it happens sometimes. I'm not going to practice it. What I want to practice is this last snowball room at Cliff Face, because I've messed that up several times now. So even though I only lost like a second in the Cliff Face room, and I lost 10 seconds on missing Bub's drop, I'm more concerned about that Cliff Face room, right? So it's not about the time. In Habits, important distinction. I'm not super concerned about the time. I'm concerned about how I'm executing my plan. And clearly the last snowball room in Cliff Face, my plan, whatever my plan is not correct, right? And this, remember last run I had a huge meltdown in Black 4, and another meltdown in the first long room, 1500 meters. But I didn't go back and practice those because those are one-time things. Right? This run, those Black 4 and 1500 meters were completely fine. So right? Statistical anomaly. But once you start to see the pattern that you're making the same mistake in a particular room over and over again, that's when it's like, okay, I don't care how much time it's losing. It's like, okay, I'm not executing my plan correctly. So that's what I want to focus on here. There's something going on where I'm not doing correct. Why am I not getting enough distance there? I think I must not be getting the hyper from far enough to the right. If I'm getting the wall kick on this first or second platform. Okay, I think so. Again, this is the same thing that will happen to Mixmaster. I think I just need to slow down here a little bit. All right, now let's try from a few rooms back. One more time. All right. And if it breaks again, we'll look at it again. But for now, let's move on. My stopping point in all of the habits is the same thing, is when I feel comfortable that I executed my plan well. And we're almost there, I think, but we're still a couple spots I want to iron out. Before we get started, I do want to very quickly review what I was working on, or what I had trouble with yesterday, or last time. Just the one thing that I remember is the cliff face, or the snowball room, last snowball room, the cliff face. Seems fine, Shirley. All right, let's move on. I also remember Mixmaster. All right, I'm just gonna jump right into it. Okay. Spike jump setup is not working out so well right now, but the backup is fine, so I won't lose too much sleep over it. But maybe something to consider changing or looking at again at some point. Oh. So I missed the demo hyper, so I didn't go for fast cycle. Okay. Not sure what happened in the gauntlet room. Kind of was, things were happening too fast. I don't even remember. If something happens again, I guess we'll look at it maybe. Nice. All right, pretty good. I think I have no major complaints. Of all the mistakes that happened, the one I'm most concerned about actually is one I didn't die on. It's the 3A spike jump. My setup for that has not been working. But the other ones were just mostly execution errors. But you know, those will just kind of happen. Not too much you can do about those other than just keep practicing, I guess. But I feel pretty good about the plan. I feel like I executed most things pretty well. I don't, other than the small spike jump, 3A spike jump, I felt like my plan was, I knew what I was doing in every room. Everything felt good. Obviously, I still had execution errors, but I'm not too worried about those. As long as they're not, no individual one is being like a repeated problem, right? I died once in that room, I died once in this room, whatever. Or I made a mistake with this one mistake that I just made. If I just make it once, like, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. But the mistake that I did make a lot, for example, is in 3A, right? The spectrum thing that I'm doing has not been working recently for whatever reason. And so that's something I would, you know, potentially look at. And of course I go and practice and it's fine, but for whatever reason in runs it's not working. And you know, that's something that would, if I want to continue this, that's something I would try to look at more. But honestly, with that run I did just now, I felt pretty satisfied. I think I did what I wanted to do. And things felt good. And I'm not, you know, it's like, oh, 27 is so close, but I'm not worried about the time. Anyone can do a habits run and then get a different time. If someone else plays the habits, they get a different time. So it doesn't, the time is not important. So with that, I do feel inclined to conclude the habits series here at level 4 with the 2809. I think I did everything I wanted to do. The document is out. A nice summary of the philosophy. Now, again, this is not a prescription for strats. It's a prescription for the philosophy. What I'm selling is the idea of, well, what are the important things you need to focus on, right? There are, if you want to look up strats, you can find somewhere else. I have some examples, and I'll also upload the PB runs from each of the levels. But again, it's about focusing on, do you know how to, the important things of how to do the important things in the game, right? And what's important depends on, you know, as you need to start from the most basic stuff, which is, you know, have a plan and be able to do the basic actions. And then you go from there and you add more complexity, you add more technical stuff. And then once you're all, it's all under your belt, you're a much stronger player and you can do a lot of different things. And maybe you can go back to some old strats that you didn't know how to do. And then boom, it's probably a lot easier.